Welcome everybody to my top 10 best mystical quest anime. My name is Misty / Chronexia, and what's a mystical quest, you say? It's an anime about magic and adventure. Since fantasy and magic are topics that are always requested a lot, well, here's a more specific subgenre of magic fantasy. Since my channel is always shooting for variety, I'll try to limit my inclusion of the entries that were in the magical list, but there's gonna be some crossover because all the most fitting ones were in that list. So if you watch all 3 top 10s, that includes fantasy, magic, and mystical quests back to back, you'd get about 30 shows, minus the duplicates, hold the ones that seem shitty in your eyes, and bam, give or take about 4 or 5 new ones you could try out depending on your taste. So enough talking, let's get to the list already. Number 10. Shingeki no Bahamut. Nothing beats magical adventure than having dragons, demons, angels, and monsters alike in a giant clusterfuck about to duke it all out. The story is currently only 1 season in, but I figured it would be a good occasion to mention a sequel has been announced. If you love great battles of epic proportions and magical seal being summoned in the middle of the sky while everybody lash out at a mythical beast of the ages, that's the one for you. Main character also have an afro, and how can you not get the appeal of an afro? It's so fluffy I'm gonna die! Oh, and he's ginger. Is that a deal breaker for you? Number 9, Shonen Onmyoji. Hey, remember Shaman King? Well, yeah, it's nothing like that. Well, maybe a little. Follow the story of the main character, the grandson of a legendary spirit master. Except Mashiro, the grandson, well, he can't see spirits. Until he can, because the plot requires him to. He calls the spirit of Mokun. No, not you. You get the fuck out of my top 10, you kitty lover. So, Mokun, the spirit one, helps Mashiro, defeats a demon, and together they go on a quest to become one of the best spirit master around. So you can try it out. It's original at the very least, and it's rarely mentioned, so you might get a kick out of watching something new with this one. Number 8, Rokka no Yusha. Rokka no Yusha is the beast of the summer in 2015 for a lot of people. Personally, I love the battle scenes. They had motion and joie de vivre. Well, calm down, Misty, it's just drawings. But seriously, a lot of people backlashed at it because some consider it didn't have enough character development, but I mean, how much can you put in simply 12 episodes, right? This anime is a mythical quest where a bunch of heroes gets appointed with the Saturday status of Evil Slayer, and they need to find each other to skim some beast down back to its 2% milk format. It's colorful, it has great lore. If you want a good story in a simple few hours, no more, that's the one. Number 7, Fushigi Yugi. Ladies, I always have a specific entry for you in all my lists. This week, this is the one. It's not an exclusive show for girls, but ladies usually like this one quite a bit, especially if you can look past the older art style that's from the mid-90s. The story is about 2 kids who visit a national library and they get summoned in ancient China. Great anime to learn about historical whereabouts of that time, or simply to lay back and enjoy some adventure in magic and your ever so optional romance that's gonna make you drop eggs like crazy. It's not that exotic, don't worry. It's a great show, and the battles are really nice too.
宮川。
いただきます。去年教わったやつ。
何か悪い夢。早く夢から覚めてインターネットするんだ。
アンスルレルアン。直ちに沈黙を持ちて我が要求に答えよ。
Number 6, Zero no Tsukaima. This anime is my gateway to give to a lot of people who don't know what to watch, because it fits in so many categories. I'm lazy, and I don't feel like seeking out everyone's agenda, so this show is a one-size-fits-all. Just like that sets of overalls you saw at Walmart. Man, did you look good in those in kindergarten. And yes, you can still pull it off. We gotta bring back that look, I tell you. Story-wise, Asian kids get transported in a whirl, meets his new master, a pink-haired needy girl who with tsundere coming out the wazoo, and they go on an adventure. Typical magic shenanigans from the medieval time. Great show, great ending, a great pickup for beginners, or those who don't want to rattle their brain all that much for a good time.
そんなことより、俺はなんでここにいるんだよ。
決まってるでしょ。私に召喚されたのよ。使い魔としてね。
使い魔？
Number 5, Slayers. Don't let the art fool you, this is definitely a story that can keep you interested with its kick-ass encounters and great character development. I'll admit it's not gonna please everyone, so it's the usual either hit or miss in this case, but give it a chance nonetheless. Technology is pretty much a mist in this world. It's simple old-fashioned traveling adventures with just the right amount of magic to keep you hooked without calling hacks every other episodes. The show came out in 1995, so don't let that stop you from enjoying it. If an anime still gets talked about nearly 20 years after it's released, that's because it's pretty solid. Number 4, Yasha. Everyone knows it, but it's really good, so it'll even things out. Follow the adventure of Kagome as she and her pet dog slave, the Inuyasha, travel the land of the wicked with 2 other friends, one of which has a giant boomerang. Speaking of which, that shit would never fly in real life, it's way too heavy and... Never mind, I stand corrected. Man, God is gonna be pissed when he sees someone hack his parameter. Anyhow, great adventure show, great magic show, great stats across the board, about 200 episodes long, and an all-time classic. If you don't mind older art, that's definitely worth looking into. I promise you won't be disappointed.
そこで何をしておる？
ちょっとしばらく待ちなさい。あなた方の身柄を拘束します。求めるが雷鳴いずち。
Number 3, Legend of the Legendary Heroes. Holy camole, have you seen this one? That's a shiny anime in armor, flashy animation, unique artwork, and everything ready to go to get you to gawk at the screen for 24 episodes. Really good show. Every dentist recommends it. Story's about a country going to war against another one, and the main character goes on a quest to find a bunch of relic, which may or may not include reference to the Holy Grail quest. Depends on how you want to see this philosophically or not. It can't just be a neat show to watch. Magic toss in the mix for the good sense and pretty flashes every now and then. It's a great show. Me like it big times.
Milk隊長。一人で勝手にそう。
魔術戦で私に勝てるつもりなのかしら。
やりようによってはね。幸いセイバーの制御もまだのようだし、それに久月先生のことも分かってる。 私のアーチャーの敵じゃないわ。
Number 2, Fatestay Night Unlimited Blade Works. Often referred to as Fatestay Night Unlimited Budget Works because my god, the animation is the sexiest things you've seen since that first girl you saw naked in a magazine when you were 12 and then you wonder if that would be more fun to motorboat than a toy car. And odds are you were right. The story is about ancient entities who can be summoned back in the, now period, to fight out against other entities in a battle royale type of survival game. Incredible artwork every second, and a story of epic proportion about fighting. The chronology of the show is a bit iffy, but there's no rule that says you can't start with this one, so have at it.
耐えられるわ。それが1分か2分かは知らない。けど、それだけあれば、あなたを仕留めるのに十分よ。式神に。
And finally, number 1, till Symphonia. Yeah, you were all expecting Magi, but every time there's magic involved I have to talk about Magi, so go watch that one if you haven't seen it. It's great, but let me tell you about my boy till Symphonia. This anime is based on a video game, and it's the absolute peak. It's the quintessence of what Magical Quest is all about. We follow Lloyd and his friends as they go around the world trying to restore the balance of energy in their land, and when they find out a second world is intertwined with theirs. If you've never seen this show, it has amazing battles, a lot of plot twists, great character, and a very original story. Definitely give it a chance, it's way too underrated for its own good. And now for my next trick, I'm going to transform your comment in the section below in a whiny comment complaining about why I didn't put Fairytale in there. I guarantee you, it works in like 80% of the case with mindless zombies. Trust me, I went to magic school. It was under a church. Our teacher wanted to make disappear a salami into a bunch of buns. It also served as a cafeteria. Don't get any wrong ideas, you sicko. Anyway, it was fun having you around. It'd be nice seeing you again. We could start out as friends, and then maybe go on a date once or twice, and then I could show you my disappearing salami. This one's a penis joke. Anyway, see you guys next time.